Hi, my name is David Gould. I'm here today to talk to you about Vandoren Reed Care accessories. This accessory has really been remarkable in my life in that it's really kept my reeds working well all the time, no matter where I go, no matter what I do. It's Vandoren's High Grow Reed Case. There's two versions of this case. They're both the same size, but the insert inside is different. You'll see that in a minute. The first case works for E-flat clarinet, B-flat clarinet, soprano, and alto saxophones. You can mix or match. And the other case works for larger reeds, bass clarinet, tenor saxophone, baritone saxophone. Let's open up the case and look and see what's inside. We have the reed case itself, put right there. We have the instruction manual. Always read the instruction manual. Okay. The reed case itself comes completely apart. Take the cover off. These reeds are too soft. And you have the inside of the reed case. I guess the best way to describe it is taking it all the way apart. Remove all the pieces so you can really see what we have. So, this holds the reeds. If you could see, lots of holes, lots of room for air to move around, lots of room for moisture to evaporate. This is good, and it puts very little pressure on the reed. No pressure at all on the bottom of the reed, just a slight bit of pressure on the vamp. Okay, let's put this back where it belongs. Okay, we have the bottom of the reed case, which has two important parts. A cosmetic sponge that we can ultimately add distilled water if we need to. And we have this little disc that's going to gauge the humidity that's inside the reed case. When it needs moisture, this will be blue. When you have enough humidity inside the case, it'll be pink or white. So we can put that back, like so. So we would ultimately insert a reed right in here. We put our cover on. Now, this does not make a closed environment because we have holes on the top and we have holes on the side. We don't want a closed environment because the moisture would stay inside and you'd get mold. What we have is an environment where we have a cycle. The reed is wet from when we use it, and in this case it will slowly dry. Okay? The reed case will be humidified pretty optimally with the moisture from 2 or 3 wet reeds after a practice session. If you live in a particularly dry place or it's a particularly dry time of year, you might consider, again, putting a couple drops of distilled water in the bottom of the reed case. And now I'll show you putting a reed in. It's pretty simple. Put a reed in right here. We slide in carefully and there's no problem. There's lots of room for the reed to fit, so you don't have to worry. I just lay them flat and slide them down. And if you look, you can see on this side there's so much reed that's open. In other words, moisture can leave and air can get at the reeds. We put it on the other side. Something important to tell you about this reed case. I am convinced with proper use, it actually prolongs reed life and your reeds perform more uniformly. Why is that? Well, because they stay more humidified more often. What I've found personally is after a practice session where I've worked for an hour or so, I've played on 3 or 4 reeds. Those 3 or 4 reeds that I put back in my reed case will provide enough humidity to maintain this environment in a good spot, certainly overnight. So with regular practice, like we all should do, our reeds will function the way they should. The size of this reed case is perfect. It fits right in the pocket.